Let you see me from your point of view. I'm gonna play like a snippet of that because
That's copyright.
that's why I can only play like a small part of it. I can't play a whole bunch because I'll get copyright strikes. That's as much as I can play without getting copyrighted. That's how it goes. So today's the 3rd. Today is January 3rd, 2021. What did we do today?
We fought over backgrounds.
That's what we did today.
No, we skateboarded. Leave it up to me to fucking
Ring light down here. Why can't you?
Because then we'll get demonetized.
Who cares? I'm not trying to make money. So who cares if this one video gets demonetized?
Works.
Anyway, yeah. So we fought over a background today. And I tried to skateboard today. It didn't work out for me.
You did.
Kind of. I kind of did. I'm getting there. It's taking time.
Yeah, so we fought over a background that was plants, and then a background that was the sunset, then another one that was the gazebo, and now you guys get to look at darkness.
Great. This one isn't terrible. I don't like backgrounds that are so busy.
I like background busy.
Busy?
The busyness. It was the right amount of distraction from it. So when you're talking
I
on
don't
the
agree.
video, when you're talking on the video, you're being listened to.
Yes.
You're not being watched. So does it really matter? Is the question. Now, if
People
you
watch them.
watch the person talk,
Yeah, oftentimes.
okay, so you can also look at the background too, because it's like right behind them. Leave it a debate.
We just gonna fight now? We just gonna fight.
No, it's just a friendly debate.
Friendly until you don't win, and then it's like friendliness over.
No, it's more of who gets proven.
I don't think that. Well, because if I'm trying to watch someone talk, I want to watch them talk. I don't want to be like, oh, what the fuck is behind them? What's that fucking shit in the back? You know?
Then okay, but that's you. A lot of times, sometimes.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you. The last video you were in, we did that too. Okay, so basically, how you been feeling lately?
Feeling good.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Well, I was just like, well, that's wonderful. I don't know. Today, I was not feeling great. I don't know. You ever just get tired of people? I think everybody's just
Exhausting.
everybody's too controlling. And like, people don't want you to be yourself. They want you to be what they want you to be.
Which is why I don't care about other people's opinions a lot.
They're facts. Other people just kind of suck.
You see, if someone just like said something mean in the comments, I mean,
Who cares?
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Guess what? You're my best friend. Especially since I lost pretty much all of my friends like a year ago now. I got like one of them back. I lost a whole bunch of friends like a year ago. It was a fun time. It's okay. I think it worked out.
I mean, I feel like it's a good thing though, in the same time, because like the reason why they had just stopped being your friend was a stupid reason. So they weren't really loyal friends. The friends that stuck with you they're loyal friends. You know you can trust them.
Well, how do you know that you can trust someone?
You can trust them more. You know, not with everything, but you know that they're for the most part loyal. You know, so you can trust them with most things, and you feel better about them.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't really trust a lot of people though. Most people kind of suck.
People that I trust are you and a couple other my friends. That's about it.
I mean, like, I don't know. Honestly, though, people just kind of suck, so you can't really trust. Like, especially nowadays, because something is so easy. Like, if you tell someone something, it's so easy for it to get around everywhere.
Yeah, if like celebrity tit slips. Like once someone catches on to that,
It's over.
it's over.
Oh my goodness. What if I made an OnlyFans? You're like, no, don't do it.
You're your own person.
You
You
wouldn't
can,
like it though.
you can do what you want. I don't care.
I mean, hey, no shame to anyone who does OnlyFans. Good for them. I'm glad they're happy. 2020 has been a really shit year, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's been a good year for us, though.
For us, not the world.
Oh, yeah. For the world, it's been terrible.
I feel like we'd still be together even if everything was normal, but we wouldn't have been able to spend as much time together.
That's true. I think we're closer because of it, for sure.
Mhm.
Because, like, there wouldn't have been as much time between us had it, like, had the pandemic not happened.
Yeah, we don't have any classes together. So if we had regular school, then we wouldn't see each other for like half a day. But we tend to see each other just about every day for the entire day. Now,
We see each other, like, pretty constantly now. I'm surprised we don't fight constantly since we see each other, like, every day now.
yeah, it's mainly just your parents.
Yeah, my parents are very I'm very appreciative of all they've done, but they like to yell, they like to fight, they like to argue.
Watch your mom find out about this channel and run across this video and be like, I hate him now.
I mean, my parents are divorced, so they don't really I don't know. They don't really like fight that much with each other anymore because they don't see each other, but whenever they do see each other, it's a fight. Did you get it stuck? No. No.
Got it. Wait.
But yeah, like that's the way it is. My parents have been divorced since I was 7, and I've gone back and forth every single day ever since then. I only recently stopped going back and forth every single day. Like within the last few months, I stopped doing
Wasn't that when we like first got together?
that.
Like about a couple months into for us.
No, I was still like going back and forth a lot. I stopped like going back and forth like very recently, and it's been way better. Like if you have children and you get divorced or you break up with the person that you have kids with and you want to like have joint custody, don't go back and forth every single day. That's just common sense that that's not good for someone's mental health. That's just common sense. Not even going back once a week I feel like is good. Like
I'm lucky my parents aren't divorced.
I feel like most people's parents are divorced nowadays or broken up.
Maybe you know what? Maybe you should be a divorce.
No, I'd hate that. It'd be so sad.
I would be sad. It'd be entertaining watching two people fight in the
No.
courtroom.
It's less of a fight, it's more just sad to me. It's sad when people have to get divorced. It makes me sad. I mean, unless of course like someone's getting abused or something, then I'm like, go you, divorce them.
Well, I feel like
It's not sad
I feel
then.
like you're getting divorced because the relationship's going on. And it's not sad. It's them doing the right thing. What's sad about it?
What's sad is that like nowadays people tend to get married for like love, right? Like most of the time. Sometimes it's money and other things, but most of the time it's like supposed to be about love, at least in this century.
Well,
And
it's actually a lot of things. I think it's more of.
cut me off, why don't you?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's more than just love and money. It's also people being roped into toxic
Oh
relationships and
yeah,
thinking
I know.
that
Trust
they,
me, I know.
yeah, and then there's also just getting used,
Yeah, that's.
and and nobody else likes you, so you just the one person that tries to be nice to you.
I mean, I know what you mean. I'm just saying, like, the general idea nowadays is to get married for love, is the idea. I'm not saying it always happens that way. I'm just saying that's the idea. And, like, basically, I feel like not all the time. Some divorce can be really happy because, like, sometimes if you're in a, like, in an abusive or toxic situation, definitely get out of that. But, like, for the most part, most divorces nowadays, I feel like, are people who just no longer love each other, or just, like, who just kind of have drifted apart, and it's just really sad. I'm like, that's heartbreaking. Because when people get married, they think they're going to spend the rest of their life with this person. And then when they get divorced and that doesn't happen, that's just absolutely tragic. Like, I would hate to witness that. It's just, my dad was a divorce lawyer for a bit. Not very long, but briefly. At least I think he was. He told me he was. But yeah, divorce, it sucks. However, I will say that marriage in itself is kind of a rocky concept. Well, because, like, the idea of, like, I don't know, this idea of, like, oh, well, you have to be, like, bounded to this one person forever. For most people, that doesn't work. For most people, they're forever shifting and they're forever changing. Like, most people change a lot. And also, marriage, historically speaking, isn't about love. It's about,
Okay.
yeah, it's like, I have a donkey. You have daughter. I want said daughter. Trade. Like it's literally like treating women like property and trading them. And as a feminist, I ain't a part of that.
And then we also have gay marriage too.
Oh yeah.
So that I feel like that's more true.
Oh definitely.
That's
Definitely.
like that's most definite. Unless it's money or using, that's definitely what like that could.
Especially since gay couples face a lot of discrimination.
I feel like that just bond them together more.
Yeah, you got to know that that's for sure. Like they love each other.
Unless you're very extremely wealthy or you're just not very loved.
I don't know. Like marriage used to be like a property thing, like because women were treated as property, and then it also used to be like sort of like joining of two kingdoms. It was like that's because like a bunch of like royal people would do that. They'd be like, "Oh, I have kingdom, you have kingdom. Let's make our kids get married so that way we have more kingdom."
Well, that's whenever the two kingdoms would have a marriage between them. It's more of a treaty. It's
Hmm.
seen as a treaty and a reason why they should stay as an ally. If those got divorced, that'd be seen as an act of war.
Hmm.
So I just don't know why you couldn't just sign a paper and say, "Yay, we're allies,"
Yeah,
and have it depend on like whenever they got married, it was the bride never knew who the guy was, and often the guy was rapey.
well, okay, let's be honest. Most men historically are rapey because in history, women were viewed as property. It's awful. It's terrible. But like men a long time ago are very rapey. Men now are like that. Not all. It's gotten better.
Most, but
You admit it. You're like, yeah, most men. Not all, for sure, not all, but there are definitely a lot of men out there who are rapey. So,
yeah, but there are good people out there. But let's not exclude women too. There
oh
are
yeah, there are women that are pretty like not okay. But I definitely think, like, because if you look at rape statistics, most rape, not all rape, but most rape is rape and assault. Most of it is done by men, not all of it. But I do see it more as a men's issue. But not all of it is. There are some women who do that. It's really fucked up.
But I mean, on the brighter side, you're 17. I'm about to be 17. So about a year, we'll be out of high school. Well, no, about 2 years. No, year and a half.
Year and a half, yeah.
About a year and a
Nope.
half. We can finally be done with school and try and get our own lives on track.
Are you afraid to be like a legal adult?
Not really. I'm honestly, I have more plans for the future. And what happens, happens. I
Really?
don't have too much control of what happens. I have some control, just not a lot, especially with everything, because it's less of what I can do and what other companies are willing to do.
Mm-hmm.
If you get hired on with the right company and you do the right things, you have to do things right step by step to get somewhere, and a lot of people don't know those steps.
It's a lot of playing a chess game.
Exactly.
It's moves and counter moves.
And I don't know chess, so I'm pretty screwed.
Darn. I mean, I still don't know if I'm going to college, but it looks like it's not going to happen.
We're
I don't
both
think I'm going
we're
to.
both bad at math, and
I have a
I
disability in math, yeah.
I'm just saying we're both bad at math,
Yeah.
but I'm aspiring architect. So
It's okay.
um, but if I go to college, it's gonna be so I can become an architect. But if I don't end up being an architect, I still want to be like a underwater welder. So welding is a lot of fun for me. I enjoy it, and I feel like if you don't enjoy your job, you're not really living. Like your mom, she says she hates her job. So I'm like, why are you a teacher then?
Well, the way she explained it to me is that when she first started teaching, like 20 years ago, she didn't hate it. You know, she liked it then. But the truth is that humans evolve and we change and our interests change and it's not fun for her anymore. She doesn't like it. She's bored. She's over it, you know?
But welding for me, like underwater welding, is I don't think is gonna get boring for me because uh, I love going on airplanes and flying around. And even though I've only been on an airplane like twice, but that's not the point. Um, I enjoy going on flights, and I love going underwater. So being an underwater welder, it's just a bunch of combination of multiple things. Usually, when you're an underwater welder, you have to fly out to like an oil rig, and you go and you have like this beautiful view of the ocean, and then you go underwater. Of course, it's dangerous. I have a chance of exploding, but it never happens. So if I do everything right, then I won't die. But it's that exhilaration and the danger that I don't think it'll get boring. Teaching you too many variety, like too much varies. It depends on the generation of children.
Well, I don't
Um,
know. I feel like it's kind of absurd in our society that we expect someone to pick a job and then stick with it for the rest of their lives.
mhm.
Because, like I've said, humans evolve and they change. So, what makes you happy like 20 years from now, the thing you want to do, may not be what you want to do forever.
Right. Well,
Like, that's
also,
not fair.
with the degree that I'm going to get, I could become an engineer. I could be a welder. I could become an architect if I really, really, really want to. I could design vehicles. I could design houses. I could design just a lot of things. I can become an inventor. There's just with that much variety with the degree that I get, there's a lot of things that I could do if I get fired, if I don't enjoy my job anymore. Because it's seen as like you're an architect and you have that on your resume, you're probably gonna get hired.
Honestly, I'm kind of scared to be an adult. A small part of me is like,
small part of me is too, but I'm just trying to go in
Optimistically.
head first.
Well, do you think that's the other thing? Since like childhood's kind of ending for us soon, do you kind of like, do you wish that you had done more as a child?
I can't wish because I wasn't able to at all.
Hmm.
So even if I I wanted to do a lot, I wanted to sneak out of the house. I wanted to hang out with friends in the middle of the night. I wanted to go on crazy parties. I wanted to do a bunch of crazy shit, and I wanted to like have a nice life. But when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of friends. I lived out in the country through elementary school and middle school, so I couldn't really. Nobody wanted to hang out with me because, first of all, I didn't have friends, and nobody would want to drive out that far.
Well,
But now I live in the city, and I actually have friends, who do want to.
well, it's also like, I don't know. It's kind of strange because there's this weird part of me that's like, you kind of fucked up, Julia. You didn't do enough. Like, do you ever think like, you know, I don't know about you, but when I was really little, I had like neighborhood friends, right? Kids that also lived like in the neighborhood that I lived in. Yeah, and we'd all like hang out and like play together like almost every day, right? Like after school, it was like, okay, guys, like let's go play in the front yard. And like, I don't know, a part of me kind of wishes that I knew like when the last time I was going to go out and play was. Like, I wish I was self aware about that. I wish I had known when the last time I was going to go outside and like play with my friends was going to be, just because they're all gone now. Like, people, we live in like a town with a lot of military people, and all those people, like all those kids,
Veterans.
yeah, all those kids were military families, and so they've all left. They get stationed somewhere else. And it's just like, I kind of wish I knew the last time I would see all of them was. Like, I think about that all the time. I'm like, you never know when the last time you're going to see someone is, or the last time you're going to do something is.
I was an extremely lucky child. I honestly think so. I didn't think so back then because, well, I was used to living up in like a really, really nice house. But um, when I was before I went into middle school, I had a large room with like beautiful white painted walls. I had a bunk bed, but the bunk bed wasn't like two beds. It was like it had a desk, it had shelves and drawers underneath, and then it had like stairs going up, like not those vertical stairs that are like this, like they had actual stairs going up to the bed, and it was a really nice bed. And then I had this beautiful red bookshelf. I still have it, and then corner shelf, a nice dark oak wardrobe. Well, not a wardrobe, but like a dresser.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a rug in my room. I had a bunch of toys. And our house was large. We had a bunch of stuff. We had multiple buildings on our property, and we had horses behind our property. I used to come home every day and see horses, and it's sad. Until the owners put up a 8-foot fence. But that's not the point. And I had neighborhood friends. Gannon, I hate him now. He tried. He tried to get into a fight with me. Like we were playing on the trampoline, and he tried to throw punches.
He's gonna fight you. I don't know. It's also, that's the other thing. Like, when I was younger, I remember being like, oh, I can't wait to be a teenager. Being a teenager is going to be so cool. I was thinking this was going to be like all High School Musical, and it was not like High School Musical, as you could imagine.
Yeah, now we're like, I fucking hate
Oh,
life.
it's not terrible. Like, not all of it is awful. There is certain parts that are really fun, but I think being a teenager is only fun if you're a popular teenager.
Yeah.
I think like the popular kids, like they have a lot of fun. I see
Mm.
them posting on their Instas about their parties. I mean, then again, Instagram isn't a reflection of real life. They could be miserable, but
If you're popular, you tend to be uh, to be like really really sexy, but
yeah.
And then you also have like good job opportunities too.
Well, because attractive people are just more well liked.
Mm. Well, depending on how you use your attractiveness, if you're attractive and stupid, and then you try and get hired up at McDonald's, and then you're just like, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, and then they're just like, we don't hire you, we don't hire you, we don't hire you.
I don't know. I feel like it's weird because I know all of it. The popular kids sometimes feel like celebrities because I know all of their names and I know all about them and their lives and like not every little detail, but for the most part, I know the general like details of their life. And they don't know who I am at all. Like they don't know my name. Like I will walk by them in the hallway and I'll be like, and then they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know who that is." It's so weird. Remember when we went to the movies and that one there was so we went to the movies on my birthday and I was wearing my quinceañera dress because I promised my mom I'd get more than one use out of it. I promised her I'd wear it more than once. So on my birthday when we went to the movies, I wore my quince dress and this girl who goes to our school who's very beautiful, very pretty, like very popular, super popular. She walks by and she's like, "Oh, I love your dress." And I was like, "Thanks." And then I said her name. I'm not going to say her name now because that's going to be weird. But I was like, "Thanks." And then insert name here. And then she looked at me like, she knows my name. She was like, "She knows my name. She knows who I am." So yeah, it was kind of weird. She was like, "Do I know her?" I felt like really dumb after that. I was like, "Damn it, I shouldn't have said her name. I should have acted like I didn't know her." I don't know. Like,
Sorry, I stalked you on Instagram.
it's weird. Like, we're gonna be, like, next year we're gonna be seniors. Next year. No, this year. Not
Next school year.
next school year we're gonna be seniors. And it's kind of weird because, like, senior years where, like, you do all the big important things.
Yeah, but we have no one to do
We don't know what we're doing.
We have no one to do it with. So,
Well, prom, if COVID stops existing, prom will happen. We were supposed to have junior prom, but it didn't.
I have someone with a
Yes, you too.
But, I mean, watch this get super popular in school. But watch it happen.
Nobody's gonna watch these videos except
You,
me.
you said you had over 100 views on one of them.
Oh, that 100 people is not a lot. 100 people is like you can't even fill an auditorium with 100 people. Like a real huge, like big actual auditorium. You
Okay,
can't
remember your
fill
birthday
it.
party? You only had like 20 people there.
That was a lot, but that's because I was like, "Oh my god, I feel popular."
Yeah,
I was like, 20 people?
Imagine if 100 people were at your party.
Oh, that's different. Actually, 100 people is cool. If you physically think about it, like actually all those people, it is cool. But it's just because, like, on the internet, you're just like, oh, not as interesting.
Nice to think that people are watching us and going,
Oh,
I kind of relate.
I kind of relate. I don't know. I'm sure people who must relate. Who must. I can't speak. I'm sure some people do relate. What are we doing? I know. I'll end it soon. I will end the video soon. But yeah, so you're not scared to grow up and become an adult?
Well, life's too short to be scared of growing up. So I'm afraid for the people that want to automatically like correct me.
I'm kind of scared. But I'm also excited. I don't know. Like, it'll be fun. I don't know about college. I probably won't go. But you never know. I just might. You want to try and go to college?
I want to try. At least try.
I admire that. When I was little, going to college was my dream. And now I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah, what else is your dream?
I have a lot of dreams. I dream big. What else is my dream? What are you referring to? Which one? There's so many. There's like one big one, and then there's a bunch of others. So yeah. Alright, I will end this here because we've been talking for a while and there's no way that anyone's going to make it through the entirety of this video. I will make another video tomorrow.
Please dislike and unsubscribe. No.
Oh my god.